If you like free components, watch this video to the end. Or if you want to learn how to create a model using Revit, watch this video also to the end. Hello and welcome to ArchiQuest. This is a full course on a 4-bedroom bungalow which I will be showing you how to create from start to finish. And at the end of this tutorial, I'll be putting the link to this project file in the description below. If this is your first time joining our channel, welcome. In this channel, we publish educative architectural content weekly. So stay tuned as we start. This is my Revit interface. Now for us to start the model of the 4-bedroom bungalow, what we need to do is to come under our architecture tab, we click on our wall, then we select the wall we want to use. This is a basic wall. Click on edit. We duplicate the wall, we rename it 225 wall. Okay. Now we edit the size, make sure this is 225. In this case, it is 225. So we click on OK. And we click on OK. Then we can start our basic drafting. So I just want to have a wall kind of like this, that will be like guiding me through the whole process. So next thing we need to do, I'm going to create my rooms. I'm going to use an offset of, I want my room size to be 42 by 39. So for us to take an offset of 42, we need to add the thickness of the wall, which is 422, which is 225. So I'm going to be making 4425. You see, so as when we measure this wall, we're going to get 42. So now, after that, the next thing is to offset our toilet for this room. That's 15. So taking 1725 toilet, another toilet, then the next room 4425. 4425. Click this. Now, so this is how this is going to be the width of the building. So we're going to have something like this. Then the length of the rooms, which is 39. So we're going to have 4125, offset of 4125, so that once we measure this, we're going to be getting 39. So this is one room, this is another room. Then we have our toilet. So I want this toilet to come out a little bit. So I'm going to have like an offset of 825 outwards. Then we'll link it to this. We'll use this trim and extend to pick this point, and we'll extend this wall to there. We'll use this split tool right here. We'll break this wall, use this trim and extend, pick this point, extend this wall here, pick this point, extend this wall here. Then we need to give the offset for the length of the toilet, which is at 24. So I'm going to use 2625. Okay, good. So this is the length of our toilet. Then what is this? This is 21. Okay, let's increase this. Let's make this 18. So then the length of our toilet will be 27. Okay, this is perfect. Then we use the split tool to split this wall. We'll trim this here. We'll do the same thing here. And we trim it here. Okay, that's done. Now the next thing we're going to do after creating our wall, our rooms and toilets, we need to take an offset of 24, which will offset 2625, so that the space inside will be the 24 hours apart from the wall thickness for the laundry and for the store. So trim this two walls to this place. We drag this wall to this point, the same thing here to this point. So we're going to use detail line, because we'll have our wardrobe 600 around this point. So CS to create similar, then we'll do this like this. So this is where our wardrobe is going to be placed here, and the same thing goes for this one. So we're going to mirror it, so the same thing is here. Good. So this is how it's going to be. Then our door will be placed here. So this is for this. Then this is the laundry, this is the store, So this wall, we need this wall to be at this point. Okay. So we're going to take another offset of 2,4, which is 26525 this way. So we're going to be trimming it here. Then we're going to take another offset of 4425. This will be the third room and the toilet and bathroom for the third room. So this is going to be 42, and this is going to be the master's bedroom. So we need to make it bigger a little bit. So make this 5,4. So we take offset of 5,625 this way. Okay, and we trim this like this. We trim this like this. Then this, we split this wall. We'll trim and extend this to this point. Okay, select these dimensions. Draw this to this point. Okay, so this is the bedroom 1, which is toilet and bathroom. Bedroom 2, toilet and bathroom. Bedroom 3, which is the master's bedroom, toilet and bathroom. Okay, so we have this. Let's draw this to this point. Okay, it's coming out nice. Let's move this upwards a little bit. Okay, it's coming out nice. Okay, next we're going to take an offset of 3 meters for the dining. So 3,225. Take an offset here for the dining. Let's delete this. Okay, now let's leave this for the dining this way, and the dining should be, let's say, 4, 2. This. Okay, so this is for the dining. Then the kitchen is going to be somewhere here. So we're going to take offset of, let's say, 4,5. That's 4,725. Okay, let's just do this. Let's use this dining wall. Okay, so this will be our kitchen space. Let's increase this kitchen, make this kitchen a little bigger. So we have, this is 4,2. Okay, let's make it 5,1. So 5,325. Okay, so we'll trim this. Okay, let's split this wall, trim and extend it to this point. Do the same thing for this. Okay, let's make this 4,5. Let's make this, what is this size? Sorry, 5,1. This is 900 because I plan on having the back entrance to this kitchen, this place. So let's increase this. Let's make this 5,625. Okay, 1,425 is okay for the entrance. Okay, let's delete this dimension. Okay, let's increase this. Now what is remaining is the living room and the entrance porch and one more bedroom for the guests. Okay, so for the guests, let's do the guest toilet, 1,725 this way, and 4,125 this way. Okay, you see it's entering, is conflicting with this, so we're going to move this backwards to this point. Okay, so we have this. Let's trim this to this point, trim and extend this to this point. Okay, and we have let's say this is what. Okay, we have, I draw this, let's say 5,625. This is for the living room. Okay, it's the same thing with this. Okay, good. Let's join this here. Then let's take an offset of first say 5,4, which is 5,625 this way. Okay, you trim and extend it to this point. Okay, have this here. Let's draw this to this point for the toilet for this guest bedroom. So we have this is 54 by 5625 for the living room. Okay, now this is 42 by 39. Okay, now this space is actually very tiny, 2025. Okay, so let's move this way. We align, this is the align tool. We align this wall to this. Okay, let's split this wall. Okay, now let's make this 42. Okay, so you can get more space here. So this would be the entrance foyer. This will be the guest bedroom and guest toilet. Okay, now this entrance foyer should have a visitor's toilet. So we need to take an offset of, let's say, 1, 2. Okay, so align this to this. Okay, let's bring this down. Click on this CS for create similar and draw this here. This should be the guest toilet. So now having the guest toilet window at the front of the entrance is not ideal. I don't fancy that for me. So I normally like to do something like this so that the guest toilet window can be by this side. Exactly. So we're going to trim this and split that and trim it here, trim it here. Okay. All right, so this is looking out, it's looking nice. 1, 2 by 3, 3, 7 is too much. This is 1, 3. Let's make this 900. Okay, okay. Now, so let's CS. Let's draw this one here. Make this join with this point. So let's say how deep is this? 1388. Let's make this 1, 2. 1, 2. Okay. Now this is 900. Let's make this 750. Okay. And this should be 2, 4. Okay. Or 2, 7. Whichever one works. Okay. And this is looking good. So we have room 1, room 2, master's bedroom, and guest room, which is 4 rooms. Living room, dining, kitchen. Okay. Now this is going to be like a small veranda for the master's bedroom. But I want this veranda to start from this point. So I'm going to extend this here. Click on this wall CS. We'll have this. Then we'll do this. Okay. So split this wall. We'll trim and extend it to this point and to this point. Okay. Now, so what is this? 1575. Let's make this 1, 2. Okay. 1, 2. Delete. Okay. So let's bring this. Let's copy this. Let's bring it down. Okay, so it can balance well. Okay. So this is more like a basic sketch. So we've brought out everything we want. We've done the basic sketch on Revit 2024. So we can delete all these dimensions. So we're going to have our entrance porch around this corner, around here. So now the next thing to do is to set our levels. So we'll come to our elevation, east elevation. Now this is the ground level, natural ground level, NGL, NGL, capital letters, NGL. Okay. Yes. Let's break this. Let's make this 0, NGL. Yes. Now this next one is going to be 450, which is the natural DPC level. So 1 hyphen DPC level. Okay, then click on this CS to create similar. Let's create another one, this place, which is the distance should be 3 meters. 3 meters. Okay, enter. And this will be the ceiling level. Go to ceiling level. Ceiling. Okay, then the same thing, CS, create similar. You have the last level, which is going to be the roof level. So 3 hyphen roof level. Okay, now the distance from the roof level should be, let's say, 600. Okay, 600. Okay, so you see it's congested here, so we need to use this break line to break them. Okay, now we can extend this one this way, so we can be able to see what we're doing very well. Now this one too, we can draw this down. Good. So we've set our levels. Come back to this first floor, which is the natural ground level. Okay, now we select all these walls, filter, select only the wall, natural ground level to the top constraint should be the roof level. Okay, so once you come to your 3D, you can see this, see how it's looking. Okay, you hold shift and your right click button to rotate this. Okay, okay, what next? Okay, now we know that this is going to be the balcony for the master's bedroom, so it doesn't have to get to the ceiling level, to the roof level. So we're going to split this here, bring this out here. Okay, click on this. Okay, we'll also do the same thing, split it here. Okay, so we'll click on this, hold Control to click this, and click this. We'll make this the top constraint of this one to be the DPC level. Okay, so when we come to our 3D, we can rotate it to that place. Now you can see it. This is going to be the balcony for the veranda for the master's bedroom. So the next thing we are going to be doing is to place our, okay, let's join this first. Okay, next we are going to be doing, okay, yes, we need to put the veranda for the kitchen. We need to put the veranda for the kitchen as well. So we want this wall to come here and here. I want this to be the veranda for the kitchen and also for the laundry. In case they finish washing and they just want to spray some clothes at the back here, they can just do that. So we split this wall here and split this one here. So draw this outwards here. Okay, and we take this here. So we select this wall, hold Control, select the next one. Top constraint, DPC level. Exactly. Okay, so this is it. So once you come to your 3D view, you can see it here. You can see how it's looking very nice. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is to place our floor on this. Now for us to place our floor, click on architecture, come under floors, click on this floor. Okay, these are the floors in this project because this is a default template, so they are uh, they came with the default floors, but I'm going to open another project now where I will copy all or copy out some floors that I used in previous works. So you can click the link in the description below to get the template for this project. Okay, so I've opened the project, so I'm going to transfer project standards from there to this space. So click on manage, we'll come under transfer project standards from village villa, check all. Okay, so wait for it to load. We overwrite everything. Okay, it has finished, it has completed the override. So once we click on floor, now you can see varieties of floors, because this is one good use of template. So you can see varieties of floors. So we click on this floor. Now we draw our floor. Okay, we pick all these points. Once we are done picking points, then we can trim them. Okay, let this be here. Why I'm picking the inner points is actually meant to be from the outside, but why I'm picking the inner points is so that it doesn't show. Okay, I'm going to show you people. Let me leave this one outside here. So we click on trim, we trim them, trim this, trim this, trim this, trim this, trim this, we trim this, then we trim this and this. So once we click on good, now you see the floor is on the natural ground level, which is not meant to be, so we change it to the DPC level. So once we come to our 3D, now you can see the floor. You can see the floor. Now that thing I was telling you guys. Now you see this, you see how it's looking. Exactly. That's why I don't like putting the floors on the outside. So we just have to do it on the inner walls. Okay, so that's that for that. Cancel. So once you come back here, you won't see that. You won't see that thing again. Okay, so after we've completed our floors, now we need to start putting our windows and our doors. Yeah, we need to put our windows and our doors. So the next thing we need to do is to click on, now we need to put our windows and doors on the DPC level. So we open the new level, DPC level. Now we come to this point, click on door. Now you see the doors we have here. So let's click on this one, duplicate this door. We'll click, make it a 750 mm door. Okay, now we edit it, make sure it's 750, the height 21, the width, okay, 750. Okay, now this is a toilet door, 750. So we put it here, one. We click on the space bar to change the location, the direction of the swing. So place another one here. Now for this visitor's toilet, 750 door, place another one here. Now for this, okay, that's all for now. Okay, so the next thing we're going to place is another door, but 900 mm door this time. So we edit, we duplicate this door, we rename this to 900 mm. 900 mm. Now we edit this door to 900. Okay, good. Now click on this, make this door like this, change the swing of this one this way. Okay, now what, align this to this wall. Okay, now this is already aligned to this wall. Okay, good. Now the essence of doing this, so when we are drawing our wardrobe, good, you can see it's going to lap properly. Exactly. So now you can do CS to create similar detail line. Do this, escape, and you do this. Okay, escape. Then you select this detail line and you flip it this way. Perfect. Now this is it for that. So next thing we're going to do, we are going to start arranging the spaces the way we want them to be. Now this 900 mm door CS, we also need a 900 mm door here for this kitchen entrance. Okay, then we also need one 900 mm door going to the lobby like this. I also need one entering the store like this. Okay, now this one you need to flip it this way, flip it forward, move this here. All right, so this door, this is perfect. So once you come to the kitchen, it's just your movement is going to be limited around this area, so you can use this whole area to plan your kitchen cabinets and all. Then we also need a door leading to the dining. How can I forget that? Also need a door leading to the dining. Yeah, good, perfect. All right, then we need a door from the dining to the lobby. We need a door from the dining to the lobby. Okay, all right. So this is looking nice. This is looking nice. We need a door into the master's bedroom. Click on escape. Yeah, click on space bar to change the swing. So we do this here. We also need a door entering this guest bedroom. Okay, so that's all for that. Okay, I think this door that I have here from this kitchen, I think it should be, let me place it here. So it should be accessed from the, so here it doesn't get too congested. So it should be accessed from the store. Yes, I think this is better. Okay, this is better. Yes, this is better. Okay. Okay, then the next thing we need to do is, this is going to be our, okay, what else? Okay, we need to place a sliding door at some places. So let's go and look for a sliding door. Okay, so this is a sliding door. So let's place a sliding door here. Okay, good, for the laundry, so that light can get through to this lobby from here, because I'm going to place a big sliding door here too as well, so that it can access the balcony. So CS, create similar, we do this also, so that light from here can get to this lobby. Okay, now so that's that. Next thing we need to do, CS, we need a sliding door to this living room. We need a sliding door to this living room here. Okay, this is good. Then we need okay, let's arrange this offset. Let's offset 124 as 2625 for the toilet and bathroom for this guy. Okay, so we split this. Okay, good. And let's make this 600, because the wardrobe is going to be around that corner. 600. Okay, perfect. Then use the tail line to just represent the wardrobe. Okay, good. Then we need 750 door CS. We need a 750 door here. Good, perfect. Okay, so the next thing we are going to do, we've gotten for the arrangements. Okay, perfect. All right, we need the master's bedroom. We need to fix the master's bedroom toilet. So the next thing we need to do is to take an offset. Let's make this 3225 here. Okay, trim and extend this, extend this. Okay, so we have 10 meters. Okay, let's make this 2 4. Okay, let's make this 2 4. I'll make this 1575 2 4 by 2 4. Okay, okay. Now all we need to do is here is going to be the walk-in closet, then here is going to be the toilet for the master's bedroom. So we need a door, sliding door, CS here. Okay, now it's bigger than space, so we need to duplicate it. 2 mm sliding door. Now width 2, height 1. Okay, good. Or let's just make it 15. Let's rename this to 15 mm. Okay, 15 mm. Okay, all right. So we use this. Good. We align it very well. This is nice. Then we also have our 750 door at this point. Okay, so you access the walk-in closets before you get to the toilets. So our wardrobes in the walk-in closets are going to be placed this way. Okay, 600. All right, delete this, align this to this point. This is here, and we'll bring this down to this point. Perfect. Okay, let's delete these dimensions. Okay, so this is the walk-in closet for the master's bedroom, and this is the toilet. So when we're furnishing, we'll furnish them properly. Now this is the living room. This is the dining, kitchen, store, laundry, bedrooms. This is the small balcony for the master's bedroom. Okay. All right. Then I think that's basically it. Let's come to our 3D. Let's see what it's looking like. Okay. Okay, this is good. This is good. All right. Okay, so now next thing we need to do is to place our windows. We're going to be placing our 600 mm window here. Now, if you click on architecture window, you see the windows we have. We are very limited. So I'm going to be copying windows from other projects and I'm going to be placing them here. So at the end of this whole tutorial, I'm going to convert this Revit file into a template and I'll put the link in the description below. So you can click the link to get them if you want. So Ctrl V to paste. So this is a window I copied from a previous project I already did. Okay, so this is a 600 mm casement window. Now CS, create similar, do the same thing here, 600 mm for the toilet. Do the same thing here. We'll place another one here. Okay, now I'm going to come back to that, place another one here. Okay, so that's all for the toilets. Okay, now this, okay, this is 525. You see, it can't work, so we need to either reduce the size of this window or increase the size of this space. Let's make this 600. Then we align this window to this. Good, perfectly well. It fits in. So this is what we have. Okay, good for the windows. Then we need to place bigger windows here. Now since we already have this type of casement window, we can duplicate, edit, duplicate, make this 15 mm casement window. Change this size 15, rough height 15. Okay. Okay. CS. Place this one here. we'll place one here. Let's change this back to 600 window. Okay, good. 1.5, we'll place another one. Place this one here. Okay, place this one here. Okay, let's look for another place. Let's place this. Let's look for another window, another different type of window. Okay, so this is a single sash window. Single window. We're going to place this here. CS. Place another one here. Place one here. Place another one here. We're going to touch all of them. We're going to edit them very well later. Let's just put them first. Okay, this is good. So we have place this, good, smaller ones there. Then let's click on this. We'll duplicate this window. Let's make this 900 window. We'll change this to 900. Sorry. 900. Okay, CS, place it here, this top. Now let's change this to 1.5. All right, now next thing to do, this 1.5 window, CS, we'll place one here, place one here. Okay, then I think this 900 window, CS, we'll place one here. I'll place one here because we need to create space for the center for the TV wall. So, but these are going to be different from the normal 900. We're going to duplicate it, 900 2. So the height of these ones are going to be 1.5. Okay. All right. So this is good. Perfect. Then we have this CS. Okay. 1.5 window. CS. Place one here. Place another one here. Okay. Then this 900 window CS. We'll place one here. Okay. Let's make it lap with the wall. Good. So we can have cross ventilation at this point, cross ventilation in all the rooms, which is good. Now we can come to our 3D and we can see how it's looking. This is coming out nice. It's coming up nice. It's coming out nice. You see, this is higher than this, so we're going to do a little touch up, but we just successfully placed all our windows. So let's go back and click to, okay, we've not placed the window here. Good. Now because of the kitchen worktop is going to be 900 high, so this window are going to be the height of this window are going to be 1.2. Yes, so click on this 1.5 window CS. We'll place one here, we'll place another one here, but the height of this window we're going to edit, duplicate 1.5 window 2, so the heights are going to be 1.2. Good. Perfect. All right. So besides that, is there any other place where I'm missing windows? Okay, we need to put a door at this entrance. A door. Okay, so this is a door. Place it. Now do check let's move it to this point. Okay, let's move this point. This door is a 1.2 door. Let's make it 1000 by 2.1 height. Okay, perfect. Okay, then 900 window, just place one. Okay, let's use the smaller one. Let's use this 600 window, long windows. We'll place one at this point, attach it, align it to the wall. Good, perfect. All right, so I think that's all for windows and doors. We are done for windows and doors, and everything is looking nice. So click on this CS. Let's draw the cabinets. Okay, all right. Okay, this is good. So I'll come to our 3D view. Now look at it. It's coming out gradually, gradually. So this is good. So this is a balcony. So we're going to be needing railings here. And this is also a balcony. We need some railing. But this one, we're going to be accessing this one. So we're going to need some stairs to access this. But we won't need any stairs here. Just balcony. A veranda, sorry. So come here. Okay. For the railing, we'll click on this. Click on railing. We'll look for, let's say, commercial railing. Glass is a glass railing. So that's why we need it. Okay. Perfect. Click on good. Let's come to our 3D. Now you see it. So nice. This is nice. Okay. So I think we should make this is okay, 975. Okay, this is good. Okay, yes, now there's something we omitted. Now you see, we need a door here so you can be able to access this balcony. So we need a door. So we are going to be using curtain wall to create this. We're going to be using curtain wall. So I think we should leave this window here. Then we're going to delete this too. We're going to be using a curtain wall. Curtain, click on wall. We'll come down to curtain wall. We'll edit. Make sure automatically embed is checked on. Okay. Then we can draw our curtain wall. Let's make it 3,300 meters. 3,300 millimeters, sorry, that's 3.3 meters. So this is good. So now, once we come to our 3D, you can see now the height is way too high. So we need this to be on unconnected 2-1, to be on the lintel level, which is 2-1. Good. And it should start from the DPC level, which is the ground. Correct. So this is it. Now we're going to demarcate it, and we are going to demarcate it with grids. Then we're going to create a space for a door there as well. So, we're going to come to that. We're going to come to that. So the next thing to do is our staircase here. Now, click on this. This is a floor. So I'm going to be using the floor also to create staircase. I'm going to be using the floor to just create floor slabs for the stairs. So you click on CS. Now use this and this. Now we want the thread to be 300 mm. Okay. 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 Now let's say this should be here. We'll trim this like this. All right. This is one. Okay. Then we'll copy this. We'll be needing just 2 stairs. So this is second one. Let's move it to this point. Correct. And let's extend this here. Pick this 300. We select this on join. Okay, I did it this first one. All right, then we can have this here. Perfect. Okay, so once we come to our 3D, go to that place. Now you can see it. So click this one, natural ground level 150 is down. This one, natural ground level 300. Perfect. So this is it. This is it. So come back here. We click on this railing, CS, create similar. We do the same thing here. We stop at this point. So once we come back to our 3D, now you can see this. So let's increase this further small. All right. So this is good. This is good. Okay, that's nice. So next thing to do is our entrance. This entrance. So we want the entrance to. We want this to start from somewhere here. I want to centralize this entrance as much as possible. So let's do something like this. Then we'll find the center. Okay, and we'll pick out 2 meters from this side, 2 meters from this side. Okay, or let's also say, let's say 500 extra from here and here. Perfect. So we align this to this, and we align this to this. Okay, so this is what we are having. So this is what we're going to have. All right. Okay. All right. So this is good. Now this is our entrance porch. So click on this CS. We also need to create our staircase here. One to pick this point. Offset 300 mm. Here, here, and here. Use line. Draw this here. Do the same thing here. Trim. To trim them. Trim this also as one. You do the same thing, CS. You pick this, 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 this. Offset 300 mm. Here, here, here. So we trim this to this point. We trim this to this point. Okay. Now we're also going to trim this to this point. Add this here. All right. Come to our 3D view. We'll click this. Natural ground level 150. We'll click this. Natural ground level 300. All right. So this is it. This is the entrance. Okay. This is the entrance. Perfect. Perfect. It's coming out. It's coming out nice. It's coming out nice. So the next thing we're going to do is to make sure all our windows are on the level we want them to be. So for this, we select all instances in visible in view. Now you see, we need to make sure they are all on the seal height is 1.5. This also select all instances visible in view. Make sure it's 600. This select all instances visible in view. Make sure it's 600. This select all instances visible in view. This should be 900 because it's the kitchen, so you need that height. Okay, or else. Okay, this select all instances visible in view. This should be 600 as well. This should be 1 2. All right, so they are all on the same level now. You can check. Let's click on left. You see all of them are on the same lintel level. Perfect. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do. Okay, this is coming out nice. It's coming out nice. It's coming out nice. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is for this curtain wall. We're going to demarcate the curtain wall. Since we have 3 3, so we're going to use since we have 3 3, so what we're going to do is that okay, good, right. We come to architecture, cutting grid. Yes. So place one grid here, place another grid here, 600. Then we place 900 for the door, then 600, 600. Good. So we now place another one. Now we're going to pick one segment only. So we place this here on the, let's say 600. Sorry, let's just place it here. Do another one here. Do another one here. We'll leave the door because the door should be open free. We'll do another one here. So then click on this. Make sure this is 600 interval. 600. Okay. Okay. So this 0. All right. Good. Delete. Architecture cutting grid. Pick one. Okay. So click this. Make this 0. Okay. Click this. 600. Okay. Click this. 0. Okay. Perfect. Then you can click on mullion all grids. You do this. Good. Now, so this is what you have.
Okay, the next thing we are going to be doing is to add a door into this curtain wall we have right here. So for us to do that, we need to click on this curtain wall, make our cursor be on the curtain wall, then we click our tab button to select the panel. Once we've selected the panel, we'll come under our property bar, we click on this, then okay, we've not yet imported the door into the project. So for us to import the door, we need to come to our insert tab, click on load family, then you can see the door right here. You import okay into the project. So once the door has been imported into the project, you go through the process again, you click the panel, then you come here and you change it to the door M curtain wall SGL glass. Now you can see it. So once you come to the floor plan, you can see the door right there already created. So now then the next thing we're going to be doing is to create, let's create columns in front of this our entrance porch. So we're going to be using wall, let's say CS, rectangle 2, let's create this. Okay, modify dimension, let's dimension it, okay, let's say 225, then the spacing between should be 450. Okay, the same thing for the other side, we want it to be equal 450. Delete. Okay, now we've done this, so let's position it very well. we'll have one here, we'll have one here, but we'll come to that. So let's arrange our windows. Okay, now you can see this. We need to delete this wall, and we need to move this one backwards. Need to move this one backwards. Extend this floor to this point. Extend this floor. We need this floor to be here. Okay. We check this. Trim this to this. Like this. Perfect. So when we come back to our 3D, we can see how it is looking. So align this wall to this place. Align this wall, this to this. Okay, now you can see how the thing just fits into the project properly. Let's move this backwards a little bit. Alright, good. Now this is done. Okay, so now for the column, what we're going to do in the column is we want to give it a very nice design. So let's say this is the first layer. Then we're going to be using a floor. You click on the floor, CS to create similar. You take an offset, use your rectangle tool. You give an offset of, let's say, 100 millimeters. This way. Okay. You come to your 3D so you see what you are actually doing and how it's coming out. Okay, now this wall, the column should start from the natural ground level. Okay, so what we are going to do for the column, click on the walls. Let's give it an offset of, let's make the height 2:1 first. Then we take this to this point. We'll move it up here. I'm sorry. This is our move. We'll move it up here. Let's make this a little bit smaller. So we're going to duplicate this floor. We edit it. We make it, let's say 75 millimeters. 75 millimeters. Okay. Then we bring it back down. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do, we're going to create another wall. We're going to be creating another wall, CS. Let's say we're going to be creating another wall inside a smaller wall this time. Let's use a 150 mm wall for that. Let's use the 150 mm wall. 150 mm wall. We have this, and this. Align this to this. Align this to this. So what do we have? 450. So we also make the same thing to this place. 450. 450. Good. So it should be a perfect square. Then we move it into this one. Correct. So come to our 3D view. So we'll see what we have done and we'll see how it's looking. So DPC offset 2:1. Okay. We change this to natural ground level because we want it to start from here. Good. Then the top level, we make the top level ceiling level. Alright. Good. Ceiling level. Okay. It's coming out. It's coming out. So we're going to create small sweep along the top of this column. Now for us to create the sweep, come under architecture, components, click on the drop down below, model in place, we click on casework, okay, we click on sweep, then we come to the floor plan and we sketch parts. So we're going to be sketching this part. because this is where we want the sweep to be and how we want it to go. Click on good, then you click on edit profile, you come under 3D view, click on edit profile, then you can draw what you want. Let's say 30, 100, 50, let's say 200. Okay, I think this is okay. Then you click this and it goes round automatically. Then we finish. Then let's say I copy this on top of it. Exactly. Now this is our column. Now you see, it's just a very basic column and you see how nice it's looking. So we're going to copy this column to this other point. But first of all, we need to balance this column very well. So you click on this, you select the column, you put Ctrl to select, you click Tab to pick the whole wall, then you select it. You come under DPC level and we move this. Let's say we move it here. Okay, and we move it to this point. Do the same thing. We copy it and we move it to this point. Good. Now let's see how it sits. Perfect. And you can see how it's looking. Very nice. So the next thing we're going to do is to edit this floor. I don't think we'll be needing this floor going all the way around again. You see, as you walk, you figure out a lot of things that you are going to need to correct. So this would go, and this would also split. So we're going to split this and this. Okay, and do this one here. Then we'll trim like this. Okay, perfect. Then for the next one, the same thing. We use the pick point to pick this. Then we use the trim to trim to our taste. Okay, and we don't need anyone here. We just take out this one entirely. Just pick this, trim, and take out this one entirely. Okay, now you can see how it is looking. So let's delete this and let's just make this one this way. Perfect. Now come to 3D view and you can see how it is. Now don't mind the whole material, everything is looking great. As time goes on, we will also start selecting materials for each of them. So the next thing we're going to be doing now is to create our beams along the entrance. Now for us to do that, we're going to use walls. You click on any wall, CS. Now you want the beam to go through here, for example, and also here, for example, and you want it to go like this. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is to come under the south elevation on 3D here. We'll come to south elevation. Let's measure this. Okay, you can see this is 3, 3. So we need to reduce this. Let's make this 2, 7. Okay, enter. Then need this to come down a little bit. Let's bring this down to this point. Okay, then the walls, let's bring this one down to this point. This is 600 and minus 675. So once we click on this, we select it, minus 675. Sorry, minus. Alright, now this is perfect. So we can delete this dimension. The next thing, we're going to do this same thing here. But let's just delete these ones. Let's just delete this. So we're going to copy from the correct one. Okay, So come to our 3D view, we select this, we select this, then we'll copy from here to this point. Good. Now, so the next we're going to do, let's move this, let's align this to this. Okay, let's align this. We'll come back to select this column. Okay, and let's move it a little bit. All right, so this is perfect. So the next we're going to do is extend this here. We trim these two, cancel. We trim these two. We trim these two also. Then we extend this here. So select the 3 beams. Their base constraint should be ceiling level, and their top constraint should be slightly above the roof level. So we're going to have an offset, a top offset of 600 mm. All right. So let's see how it's looking. Okay. Sorry. Select this, and this. So we're going to make this DPC and 2.7 base offset. All right. So this is good. So if you're looking at it this way, this is perfect. So I'm also going to create beams for this point, this balcony veranda here, and also for this veranda right here. This is also going to go up by 600, top offset 600 mm. Okay, all right. Then we're going to create a veranda here, a beam for the veranda here. So do this. We select this wall. We click on copy, and we copy it. Uncheck constraints so that you can be free. We copy it up here. We select this wall. You can see roof level. Then this is the base constraint ceiling level, which we don't want an offset of 150, so we're going to put it to 0. So we have this. We click on this CS. We'll come to this point, and we draw another wall right here. So with this, we can do the same thing, ceiling level and roof level. Then we use our trim to trim both of them. Perfect. So this is done. We come to this place to do the same thing, create our beam for this point. All we need to do, we come to the DPC level, we click on this wall, CS, we just draw this beam outside here. Then we come to our 3D view, we select them, ceiling level, then the top level is the roof level, but we want this one to also be slightly above the roof level. Then we use our offset, our align tool to align them to this, align this to this, and also align this to this. Now you can see it, perfect. So this is nice. Then the next thing we're going to be doing now is to create our concrete fascia. So it's to create concrete fascia. Now for us to create our concrete fascia, all we need to do is to come under this level, to click architecture, components, model in place, casework, okay. Then we click on sweep with sketch path. We're going to be using sketch path, so we click on this. We want this to go through this way. We want it to also come down through this way. Come to this point here, here, and here. So we click on good. Then we'll come to our 3D view. We'll move this to the front elevation. Then edit profile. Now we can edit it. Let's say we want this to be 600 here and 300 here. Okay. So this is what we plan. So I'm going to take an offset of 100 mm this way and this way. Then I'm going to be taking 400 this way, then 100 sorry, 100 this way. So this is what we'll have on join. We'll trim this, also trim this, then we'll get this, and we'll get this. Good. So once we are done, this is it. So you can see it. You see how the thing just fits perfectly into this. So you see this stuff right here. We need to adjust this, align this to this. Nice. Now, so this is the concrete fascia for the first one. Now we are going to also create a concrete fascia on top of this one as well. So for us to do that, we turn this to the top view. You can, the same process, component, model in place, casework, okay, sweep, sketch parts. Then we can draw our parts like this and like this. So let's just extend this inside, because what will be happening inside, it doesn't really matter. So we click on good, then we come to the front view, edit profile. You can come here, do the same thing. Let's say this is 300, 400 here, 100 here, 100 here, 100 here, 100 here. Then we set it up. Perfect. This is for this. We do the same thing at this corner and this other corner. So come under sweep, we click on sweep, we sketch parts, we sketch this part. Okay, so let's just take this inside. Then we click on good, edit parts. We'll now draw our concrete fascia. 400 this way, 100 this way, 100 this way, 100 this way, 100 this way. Then we'll lock it up and it automatically goes round. This is done. Then we do the same thing for this back. So we'll come to the top view, the same sweep, we click on it, we sketch parts, and we sketch this part. We click on good, then we edit profile. Under here, you see we come here, we change this to 300, 400, 100, 100, 100, 100. Then we lock it up. Perfect. Now we've successfully created the concrete fascia for everything we need. Now the next thing we're going to do is to create our roof. Now for us to create our roof, what we need to do is to come under our architecture tab. You can see our roof right here. We click on this roof. Where do we want the roof to be? On the roof level. Yes. So we select our roof. Let's use this one. And then we pick the point on the concrete fascia. Now what is the angle? At what angle do we want this our roof to be? The default angle is 30 degrees. So click on good. Okay. I can see the roof perfectly fitting. Now we also need some roofs at this corner, and also this corner here. So the thing we're going to do is to come under the top view. Also click on this roof, CS, to create similar roof level. Yes. Then we pick this point 1, 2, 3. Then we just draw the last one around here. We trim it. Okay. Then we click on check the slope for this particular one. And this is what we're having. And we can select this roof. You know, this is slightly upwards, it's not on the roof level, then we adjust it very well. So this is what we're having. Now you can see this thing right here. So we need to extend this inside a little bit. Correct. Now you can see it's not noticeable again. So this is good. This is nice. We'll also do the same thing for this place and also for the back. Now for us to do that, we come to this point, click on roof, CS, create similar. Okay. Base offset 600. Pick point 1, 2, 3. Then we draw the last one. Here, click on the last one, uncheck the slope. Then you can do this. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. Then the same thing for the back. CS to create similar. Roof level, yes. Offset of 600. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Then we draw the last one. Uncheck the slope for the last one. And we are good. Perfect. Now this is how we have successfully roofed our building. Let's hide this. Hide the view by category. Correct. Now we have successfully roofed our building. Now you can see how it's taking shape already. So the next thing we're going to be doing now is to, okay, I want to give this roof a little bit of design in this entrance here. So we edit this roof. Let's say we make this, we want another roof to be on top. We want to give it like a design. So let's say we take an offset of 2000 this way, 2000 this way. Okay, let's say 500 also this way, this way. So we're going to delete this one and also delete this one. Then we take another offset from the back of, let's say, 1000 from the back and from the front. Delete this. Then we can trim. Okay. Now select all this. How do we select this? We put our cursor on the line here. We click on our tab button to select, and we click. That's for us to select all linked lines or linked walls together. So with this, we uncheck the slope, select all this, and we uncheck the slope. Okay, it's only this and this that have slope. Okay, so we uncheck the slope for this, and we click on OK. Now you can see the roof. We have cut the roof. So what we're going to do, what's the distance between here? Let's measure the distance. Let's see this distance, 1000. So let's make this 25 because it needs to be equal with the offset from the side also. So do this now. Yes, it's perfectly fit now. Good. So the next thing we're going to do is to create another roof, CS, on top of this roof. Then we use this, pick this point and this point. Okay, then we can extend this inside. Now we want these two to be unchecked, leaving only these two sides. So this is it. Then we can move this roof upwards. Then let's bring it down to this point. Okay, so this is the roof. This is the roof. So I'm going to bring it down. Let's bring it inside very well. From here, let's bring it down. Correct. Good. So this is our roof. So we're going to use extrusion to cover this hole here. So this is the roof. This is the design, looking very nice and okay. This is nice. It's coming out. So the next thing we're going to be doing is to furnish the interior. Okay, we need to put our ceiling here first. Let's put our ceiling here. Okay. Now for us to put our ceiling, what we need to do is to come under architecture. You can see ceiling right here. You click on ceiling. Whew. You click on sketch ceiling. You come to our DPC level. Then we can sketch our ceiling. Okay, this okay, okay. So click on this, come here, click this, here, 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 here. Also click this, then we take it down to this point, then we'll link it up here. So let's make sure this is okay, this is properly aligned. Then we make sure it is on the ceiling level, offset 0. Okay, so we can look at our 3D to see if it's perfectly fit. Yes, this is nice. So now the next ceiling we're going to do is the one for the entrance, because it's a little bit lower. So that's a different ceiling. We're going to do it separately. So we click on our ceiling the same way, sketch ceiling, and we draw our ceiling this way. Now because of the walls are higher than normal, so we don't know where they are, where the walls are stopped at. So we're going to just sketch this first. We come to our 3D view, then we can now align. Now you can see this, align this wall. You see the wall here, this to this. We come to this point. You can see this wall here. We align this to this. Then we can align this one right here. And this other wall right here. Okay. Now this wall. Align this. Okay. So let's align this to this. So we're going to take this one in. We're going to take it in 225. Offset 225, and without copy, check copy. Good. So this is perfect. So also click on OK. Now it is on our DPC level, so we're going to take offset of 27 because the base of that entrance port is 27. Now you can see perfectly fits. You can see how it just fits into this without any problems. Okay, now let's add some facade treatments to this entrance port. So for us to do that, all we need to do, we're going to be using sweep. So we're going to click on component, model in place, casework, okay, sweep. Now we're going to sketch part. Let's come down to this level. Now to sketch part, we're going to be sketching from here. Okay, wait, let's use pick part instead. Pick part. Now we're going to pick here 1, pick here 2, and we pick here 3. So the next thing we're going to be doing is to trim. Let's trim this here, and also trim this here. So next we're going to be doing is to come on the front view. We'll come to the front view, click on this, we click on good, then we edit profile. Let's give this 50 by 100. Okay, we'll also do the same thing. Let's copy this. Let's say we copy it at 300 points. Okay, so this is it. Okay, let's raise this a little bit. Let's move it, let's say 150. Okay, so this is okay. The next thing we're going to do, let's add some cornice at this point. So we use also sweep. Sorry, I'm going to be using extrusion this time. Extrusion. Then we select set, pick a plane. Okay. Then we choose use our tab. Then we select this plane. Then we can design whatever we want. Let's say we're going to be using 150 here, 30, 100 this way, and also 30 here. Okay, and we can trim both of them together. Now with this, we can use this tool here, and let's say 30 to create this. And you can see it's very thick, so you can't even see what's going on. So we'll just change this to scale 1:1, so we can be able to see what is happening. We'll also do the same thing here. We click on this, make this 30, and we increase this here. So we can trim this way, and also trim this way. Okay. Well, okay, wait. Let's do this. Let's make this way. Delete this. Let's just come here. Let's just curve here a little bit like this. Then let's make that inside this place. 30. Alright. Split it. Then we trim both of them. Okay. Then this should be 100, the thickness. Okay. So this is what we have. That is looking nice. So this, we now have to copy this all around where we want it to be. So let it just be there for the meantime. We'll come back to that. So now the next thing we're going to do is to furnish these spaces inside, to furnish the interior. Now for us to furnish the interior, we'll come to the PC, and you can see the interior spaces. So we need to be importing some furnitures in this project now. So I already have a project open where I get all my furniture from. So at the end of this tutorial video, I'm going to be converting this project to a template file, and I'm going to keep the link in the description in the video below. The link is going to be in the description below, so that once you need it, you can just click on the link and you'll be able to have access to the file. Okay, so we're going to be furnishing this toilet now. So I already have my furniture here, so I'm just going to click on this toilet. Click on CS to create similar. Then I come and place it right here. I place the toilet here. You do the same thing for this shower head. CS to create similar. Okay. CS to create similar. Then you click on your spacebar to rotate the elements, the components. You click it here. Then you do the same thing for this. CS to create similar. You come here and you place it right here. Okay, now we're also going to copy this shower glass. CS to create similar. We come here. Sorry, we didn't do that. We click on this. CS to create similar. Then we come over here and we rotate it to place it very well. Good. Now, so let's make sure the distance is accurate. Let's make this 900. Okay. Then we rotate this door this way. Okay. Good. Then we can adjust this here and also adjust this to this point. Let's delete this dimension. Okay. Now, so this is for our shower. Fine. Now we can shift this WC down a little bit. Then we can align this washhand basin to this wall. Perfect. Now all these things, just click this, select, hold Ctrl to select them, then we flip them to this other point. Perfect. Now this is done. So let's delete this. Okay, now this is it. Now for other toilets, okay, now this, I'm going to remove this door right here. Let me split this wall. I'm splitting this wall. Then we align this to this place. I think this is better. Okay, now we click on this shower head. Sorry, we click on this CS, create similar. We align it here. We place it right here. Click on this shower head, CS, create similar. Okay, let's place this right here. Let's move this to this point. Let's say 300. Enter. Okay, then we click on this CS. Okay, let's place this right here. This CS. Then we can place this here. So let's align this to this wall. Okay, all right, then we can do CS, create similar. Let's place this here. Okay, sorry, let's delete this CS. Let's place this here. We delete this one, CS. Let's make this way. We delete this one. Okay, now let's adjust this to this point. This is going to be a very big shower. Now I'm going to make this 900. Okay, then our WC will place this place. Now let's move this a little bit. Alright, let's bring this backwards. Okay, and this is okay. Then also for this one, furnish this one, click on this. We're going to use copy now. Let's copy this from here to this point. Then we use rotate. You see the focal point. We move the focal point to this edge. Then we rotate it to this point. Good. Then we click on this CS to create similar, and we place this right here. We also do the same thing for this CS to create similar, and we place this right here. We align it to this wall. Okay, then we also move this to this point. All right, now the next thing we are going to be doing is to, since we furnished all the, okay, well, we have one more toilet to furnish. That's the visitor's toilet. So we click this here and we click on this CS to create similar, and we place the wash hand basin right there. So this is good. We furnished all the toilets successfully. So the next we're going to be doing is to furnish the bedroom spaces. Now for us to furnish the bedroom spaces, I'm also going to import some furniture from a previous project I've already done. Okay, now this is a bed. Okay, so I'm going to rotate this way. Alright, I'm going to rotate it this way. Okay, then we can move this to this point and we can bring it down. Alright, now this is the reading table. I'm going to mirror it to this point. Delete this one. Okay, then we move it to this point. Let's mirror this without copy. Mirror this here. Alright, so this is fine. Now we select these components, we copy and we place them here. We click on our rotate, adjust the focal point to this point, then we rotate it this way. Okay, the bed. Okay, the bed got lost because the bed needs a host. So we're going to copy this again. So let's copy this to this point like this. We rotate it here 90 degrees. We click on move and we move this downwards a little bit so we can be able to fix it properly. Okay, so we move this. So we move this to this point. We make it accurate. We select these two components and we place them very well at this point. Okay, now that's for the two rooms. We also do the same thing for the guest bedroom, which is we select this components, we copy it down to this point, we click on our rotate, we rotate it this way and we move it backwards so that we can be able to align it properly. Then we use our arrow button to move it very well. Do the same thing here to align this properly at the edge of this wall. Perfect. Now that's all for the bedroom. Now it's remaining the master's bedroom. Now for us to furnish the master's bedroom, the same thing, we select the components we need. Okay, now we're going to mirror this way. Alright, we bring this to this point, make sure it fits perfectly. Here, we adjust it a little bit. Then these two, select them, then we align them to this point. Then we align them to this point. So we can reduce the size of this one. Sorry, nope. Let's make them this way. Let's rotate them this way. Exactly, this is better. Let's mirror it without copying. So this is better, and we fix it here. Perfect. So this is better. Then we can move this inwards a little bit. Alright, now that's for the master's bedroom. Okay, now the next thing we're going to be importing is our dining table and our living room chairs and sofas. Okay. Now for the dining table, this is a dining set. I'm going to place it right here. Okay. Then I'm going to import living room components as well. Okay, now for the living room set, I'm going to paste it right here. Okay, so click on this, we align it very well to the wall, then we make some few adjustments. Okay, so we select all these ones including the rug and we move it forward so that space can be at the back where people are going to be accessing. Alright, now remember there's no access to the dining, so we need to split this wall and we have something like this so you can access the dining. Perfect. So we need this CS to create similar. We place it right here and we also place this TV right here for the foyer, just for relaxation. Alright, then we need to furnish the kitchen. So the kitchen cabinets, the way it's going to be positioned, you can click on annotate detail line. So you're just going to have 600. Okay, also you have the same thing, 600 right here. Then you also have 600 right here. Then you use your trim tool to trim this. Let's delete this one. So we have this here and we'll have this to this point. Okay, so this is the kitchen. So you can see everything is completely furnished. So I'm going to be importing wash hand basin for the kitchen and some gas cookers. Okay, so I'm going to paste it here. Okay, so you select this and we put this right here, and then we move this to this place. All right, so we can delete this. So there are also other furniture that are going to be placing in the kitchen, but this will be all for this tutorial video. The main purpose is to show you how to model the building from scratch to finish. Okay, so that's all for that. For the furnishing, we're complete. Then we need to focus and do more on the facade treatment. Make this building look aesthetically pleasing, so that you can use it as a proposal and to attract people. Okay, now for us to go, now remember we're going to place something. I'm going to use extrusion to cover that area. So for that, we click on our front view. We come under components, model in place, casework. Okay, then we use extrusion. We set and pick a plane. We use our tab to select this plane. We pick this, and this. Okay, then we click on good. Reduce the size to like 50. Okay, now let's see how it is. Now you see how big it is. So you just use the move to move it inside. Okay, now you see it's conflicting with the roof. So we're going to reduce it here, here. Alright, perfect. Now you can see how it looks. Perfectly fine. We'll still come back to the materials, because we have not yet touched anything concerning the materials. Everything is still looking ash. So we're still going to come back to the materials. Okay, and the next we're going to do this that we modeled. We're going to copy it all around now. So with this, let's take this, let's move this down here. I'm going to check your constraints. You move this one here, then you copy. This is 100, let's say at 200 interval. Okay, so you copy this from here to this, to this, to this, to this, to this. Okay, to this. Let's delete this one. So we have this. Okay, all right, you copy, bring it out, then you rotate it. So I'm going to come on the EPC level, then you rotate this. Okay, you rotate this, you rotate it, let's say 180 degrees. Okay, now this is it. Okay, so I'm going to move it. I'm going to move it to this place. Come to the front view, then you can move it to the edge of this wall. Come to the right view, then you do the same thing that we have done. 200, enter. Sorry, it wasn't copied properly. Copy 200 here, 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 and here. So, and this first one, we select this, come to DPC level, rotate this way, 90 degrees. You click on this, now you can see it right here. You select this, we come to the top view, we move it forward, move it to the front here, come to this front view, you move it down to this point, you move it here. Okay, make sure it's lapping with the wall. If not, you make sure it is lapping with the wall. Alright, now we finally made it lap. And you also do the same thing, you copy it 200 mm here. So move this, copy this here, 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 here. So you keep on copying this. Let's make this faster. Let's select this and copy this here. Alright, so we're done with the copying. 3, 4, 5, delete. Alright, so this is it. So you can see how it's looking. It gives it a little bit of aesthetics. This is nice. This is looking okay. So the next thing we're going to be doing is to add little, is still to add facade treatments to make it look aesthetically pleasing. Okay, we're going to be adding window hoods to this project. But before we add window hoods, I need to add some facade treatment to this wall here. Okay, now for us to add the facade treatment to the wall, what we need to do is we're going to use sweep for that. We're going to click on this model in place. We click on casework, okay. We click on sweep and we sketch path. So we want it to go this way. Alright, so this is how we want it to go. Then we click on 3D view, front, then we edit profile. Now for us to edit the profile, we need this to be 25, okay. Then we need this to be 550, okay. Let's just say 550, okay, good. Now we are going to copy this. Let's make sure this is touching the top first. We need to align this to this point. Alright, okay, so this is good. Then here should be 550. Alright, so let's delete this. Okay, then we'll copy this. From here, we take it down. 575, 575. Okay, we also do the same thing. Copy from here to here, from here to here, from here to here, from here to here, and down. Alright, so this is it. So we're going to make sure this thing is in the center. Make sure this is perfectly in the center. So we do this. This is the center point. So we select all this. We look for the center. We copy this. Okay, and place it right here. So this will go. We no longer need this. This would also go. We no longer need this. And this, we move it down here. And also this will be aligned to this point. Okay, perfect. So you click on good and good. Now you see it has blocked the windows. Now you see it has blocked the windows. So we're going to be using void, create void, void extrusion. Select our plane. Okay, now we select this plane. Good. So we're going to be creating void in this place so that we can cut through this element we just created, so we can be able to see our windows. So I'm going to do this down to this point so that we can see. Okay, now I see where our windows stopped. Can move this here and also do the same thing here. Now with this you can copy, since you already know this is the same window here, you can copy this from this point to this point. Good. Okay, now you can see both of your windows are out. You do the same thing to this place because it's also covering some windows here. Create void extrusion. You set your plane, you pick this plane. You hold tab to select it, then use your square rectangle tool to create the void. Okay, so now we also extend this here because we don't know where it is stopping right now. Okay, now we can see we need to move this down here, and we also need to move this to this point. Then we can select this, we click on copy it to this point. Okay, now you can see our windows are out as well. So you click on finish to finish it. Now you can see this is one. This is nice, it's looking nice, it's looking nice. Then we've not yet started adding materials to this though, but it's already coming out well. Next thing we need to do, let's add some extrusion to this point. Okay, next thing we need to do is to add some extrusion to this point. Alright, so we're going to click on this component, model in place, casework. Okay, we click on extrusion, we set the plane, pick this plane, we pick this wall. Good. Then we can now draw our extrusion. Let's say we want it this way, down to this point. Okay. So you can just design it the way you want. I'm going to be taking an offset of 300. Sorry, not this way, this other way. Good. Then you can trim this to this and also to this. Now with this design, we want to have, let's measure this distance. Okay, let's bring this back to 1:200. So we can be able to see the dimensions. This is 600. This is 600. Okay, so we're going to be offsetting 100 this way. Sorry, copy this time. This way, and this way. So I'm going to split this line so that we can trim this separately and also trim this separately. Then we also trim this one and also trim this one. The depth should be 300 mm. Okay, so we have this here. Now we'll also do the same thing for this point as well. Create extrusion, set, pick a plane. Okay, so we make sure we pick this plane. Good. Then we can do the same thing here. You click on this, come down to this point. We do the same thing here, and we bring it here. So this, we want this to be 600. Okay, trim this, offset 100, copy. Yeah, so we trim this and we also trim this. Perfect. So this is done. Now what we're going to do is we're going to join these two together. Good. Alright, so that's done. We click our good and we are done with that. So we're going to make sure this center, we're going to use our split face to split this wall. And we're going to give this center a different material. Okay, we also use the same split face to split this wall here and also here. Okay, and we turn to this part, we use split face to split this wall, because this is going to be a different material. Good, so we're done, and that's that for that. Alright, so it's looking all nice. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to be creating window hoods for all our windows. So for us to create window hoods, also the same extrusion, model in place, casework, okay. We click on extrusion, we set our plane, we pick a plane, okay. So we're picking this plane, for example. We choose this is 1. Then we also take the offset of 100 mm. Click on tab to offset everything once. Now the thickness should be 75 mm, or let's say 50 mm. Alright, good. Now this is it. You also do the same thing. If they are on the same plane, you just copy this to this one. If they are on the same plane, I think they are on the same plane. Yes. Okay. So yeah, you can see they are on the same plane. So we also need a window hood at this window right here. So do the same thing. Create extrusion. Pick a plane. Then we pick this wall here. Good. Then we can create our window hood. So we have this one, and we offset our 100 mm. But this, we're going to trim this one this way, and also going to trim this one this way. We'll split this, and also trim this way. Delete this line. Alright, so that is one again. So we also do, okay, we're not going to add window hoods here. We're going to add some window hoods here, definitely. Now the same process still. You create extrusion, you set your extrusion, pick your plane, you pick this wall, okay. Now with this, you draw the first one, offset your 100, okay. Now if they are on the same plane, because I can see these are on the same plane, you copy from this to this to this and to this. Now you adjust these two to this point, you adjust this one here, and you adjust this one here. Alright, so that's that for this part. Click on good. Now you've seen your extrusions everywhere. The next thing you're going to do is to pick a plane and put your window hood on this side part of the building. Okay, now for us to do that, we need to come back to extrusion, set, pick a plane, okay. Then we draw our window hood, just the same process. Then we offset 100 mm. Now since they are on the same plane, we also copy this to this one and to this one. So you select these two, you adjust them to this point. You select these two, you adjust them to this point. Alright, so that's all for that. Now you're done with this part. So we go to the back. Move over to the back. For us to create window hood, still the same process. Now you can see there's a mistake here. This is not on the proper plane. So we need to select this, we change the plane, pick a new plane, and we pick this. Then we can continue. Now you see it has gone back to the actual plane. So we continue our work, move to this other part, and want to create window hoods. Okay, now that's all for our window hood. That's all for window hood. Now you can see how this building is looking. It's looking very, very nice. It's looking nice. It's coming out very well. This is nice. So, but I'm also still going to do some finish touches to it before we can conclude with the modeling tutorial. Okay, the next thing I'm going to be showing you is how to create a ridge cap on your roof using Revit. So, now for us to create our ridge cap, what we need to do is we're going to duplicate this roof first of all, because it's going to be another roof. That's what we'll be using to create the ridge cap. So for us to duplicate this roof, we click on the roof, then we copy this roof. Let's copy this one on top this one. You understand? So there are like two roofs now. But let's go back, Ctrl Z. So I'm going to copy all the roofs this time around. So this, and also this. Good. So we're going to be copying all the roofs. So copy on top this one. Good, perfect. Now, as we have copied it, we now start our work. So you click on architecture, you click on vertical, you touch the roof because it's the one on top, so it's definitely going to be that roof you are going to touch. Now for us to work on this, you click on this, we've selected the roof, we now start picking the edges of the roof. Okay, good, perfect. You pick the ridges also. Now, since this is a ridge cap, it's only going to be on the ridges, it's not going to be on the gutters. Like this is a gutter, but it's not going to be here, it's only going to be on the ridge. Now, we've picked the ridge completely, so I'm going to offset 75 mm here, 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 and here. So I'm going to do this one also here, and okay, yeah, I think that's all. Then we're going to trim this, 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 also trim this, trim this, and this. Also, come inside here, you also trim all these ones. Make sure they are completely and well trimmed. Okay, this, and this. Okay, that should be all. Then you delete all these inner ones. They are not needed. Okay, you delete all these inner ones because they are not needed. So I think that's all. Then you click on good. Now if you look at this roof right now, you can see your ridge cap. Now, so for this ridge cap, we are going to change the material for this because you don't want it having the same material with the roof. So you click on this, you duplicate, let's call it ridge cap. Let's call this ridge cap. So edit, you change the material. You create new material, rename it ridge cap. Ridge cap, enter. Okay. Good. Now, so this is the ridge cap for this first one. Now, we'll also do the same thing for this one, for the one at the back and this one in front. So just join me for continue. So I'm going to use split to split this. Then we trim this one this way. Then we trim this one this way. Then we can delete the center ones and we can trim this properly. Good. So this is it. See the ridge cap. Perfect. So we change the material as well to ridge cap. Good. So also do the same thing for the one at the back. Split, then trim. Then delete the center ones. Okay, now you can see perfectly done. So you select this, you change it to ridge cap. Done. You see. Now the next thing is now for this last one. What we're going to do for this last one. So you come to the top view as well. Click on the architecture, vertical. Click on this. Then you select this, and this center one, this. Then you also join them here. Offset here and here. Trim. You split this here. And you also split this here. Then you can start trimming. And join. You trim this. You trim this. And join. You trim this. You delete the center one. And you click on good. Okay. And that's for this one. Change it to ridge cap. Perfect. See. Now, then for these two right here, click on this on the top view, vertical, select this, you pick points, pick this, pick this, pick this, pick this, pick this point, then we can join them here. Perfect. Use your offset tool. Offset this and this. You offset this and this. Right here. Then you pick this point. Trim. You trim this. You trim this. Because this, how this works is the part that you are trimming off is like the part that is going to be cut out from the roof. So you trim this. You're going to cut off this point. Okay. Then for here, offset 75. You do this. You do this. And you delete this and you delete this. Cancel. So now this is it. So once you come here, you click on this roof, change this to ridge cap. Exactly. So you have successfully created your ridge cap on your roof. So now the next thing we're going to be doing is to apply material because the whole model is complete. So the next thing we're going to do is to apply materials. We design our site and then we are done with today's tutorial video. So stay with me to the end. If you have successfully watched this video to this point, congratulations. You are entitled to this project file for free. So you just, my email is going to be in the link in the description below. You email me the time at which you got to this point in the video. What time is this in the video? Once you email that to me, I'll give it to you, the project file, for free. So we move on. Okay, now the next thing we are going to be doing is to apply material to this project. Now for us to apply material, we are going to be starting with the floors. Now for us to apply material, all we need to do is to click on the floor. Then we come under the edit type. We edit it. We click on this edit right here. You see it's having a material, my interlock, but we want to change it. We are going to create a new material. We rename this material to default new. We rename it to my floor tile. My floor tile. Enter. Then we can give it a color, any color we want, so that the graphic representation can look nice. So let's use this. Okay. Now you see all the floors in the project have been given a material. Why it is important to give materials to your project is so that it will enable you, when rendering, you apply material to this and it is just for this material alone. Because if two materials have the same default material, like this floor and the wall, once you apply any material to the floor, the same goes to the wall. So, and it will make your work tiring and more stressful. So that's why you take your time to apply materials on Revit. So the next thing we're going to apply materials to is our walls. Okay, but before we apply material to our wall, this floor color is looking somehow. So let's just touch it up a little bit. Edit, go to this floor. Okay, let's make this 179. Let's make this 151. And let's make this 137. Okay, let's give it this dark brownish kind of feel. Okay, yeah, I think this is better. Let's change this to consistent colors so that we'll appreciate the view more. This is nice. Then the next thing we're going to be doing is to let's give this wall a light blue color. First of all, duplicate the wall, light blue wall, enter. Then you click on edit. You edit the material as well. You create a new material. You right click to rename the material, and let's call this light blue wall. Enter. Then let's give it the color that would fit it. So let's use 232 here. We're going to be using 248 here, and we're going to be using 225 here. Sorry, 255. Okay. Click on OK. Now you can see the color of this thing. The wall has changed. So what we now need to do, since we have this wall here, we can just click on this wall, click on MA, which is to match a material with another material. You match it with this one. You match it with this one. You match this with this, and you go over to the other side, and you also match with this. Good. Now that's it. You've successfully given this wall a material. Now the next thing we're going to be doing is to give these other walls their consecutive materials as well. So I'm going to click on this wall. Now this is the normal basic wall. So we edit. We click on the edit type here. We click on edit. We create a new material. We duplicate it. So we rename, let's name this white wall. Let's click OK. White wall. Then let's change it to the color white. We click on OK. Okay, okay, perfect. Now you see the color and beauty of this project is gradually coming out. That's nice. The next we're going to do, this is a brick wall, so we're going to give this brick, we're going to make this look graphically correct. So I'm going to give this a brick wall. So all we need to do is to click on this wall. All we need to do is to click, sorry, all we need to do is to click on this wall. We click on edit type, we duplicate it, we name it brick wall, brick wall, click on OK. We click on edit right here, we click on this, we create a new material for it, we rename that material, we name it brick wall, enter. Then we come here to give it a color. Let's use 179. Let's use 173. We're going to be using 133 and 191. Okay, so let's use this. Then since it's a brick wall, we need to make sure it is represented correctly. So we're going to look for brick. We're going to look for brick. Let's use this. Okay, 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 perfect. Now you can see this has been successfully added. Now you can click on this, you click on MA to match material, you click on this, you match it with this. You also do the same thing for the back, match it here, you match it here, you match here, you also match here, and the back as well. Correct. Now there's also another place that we need to apply brick on. Okay, so we also need to apply brick on this surface. So all we need to do is to click on this paint right here. Once you click on the paint, this pops up and you can see brick wall. You can just quickly paint this place, brick wall. Click on the same paint, sorry. Paint here also, brick wall. You turn the building, we also need a brick wall around this corner. So that's that for that. Now you can see how it's coming out, it's looking nice. So we need to also do this. This is an extrusion. We open it, we double tap it to unlock it. We click on this and we come under this material to give it a material. Now we can create a new material. We right click, we rename the material. Let's say ash white. Enter. Okay, then you come here and let's take this down a little bit. Okay, that's perfect. You click on this, you click on good. Now you can see how it's looking. You see the color is slightly different from the normal white which we have, which this is perfect. Oh, I see a mistake. We did not match this with this. Alright, now this is good. Now you can see this floor is entering into this brick wall, which is not supposed to, so we have to edit it. We click on this align to align it to this one. That is perfect. Now this is correct. Now you can see how beautiful it's looking. It's coming out very well, and this is nice. So the next thing we're going to do is to apply a material to our ceiling. We need to edit. You click on this edit right here. You can click on this to apply material to this. Let's just say we create a new material. We right click to rename the material ceiling, CEILING, ceiling. Okay, enter. Then let's make it white. It's going to be white. Okay, okay, okay. Alright. You can also do the same thing for the next one. Now you can copy materials. Let's say we want both of them to be the same material. You can just copy this, Ctrl A to select all and paste it here. It automatically works that way as well. So you can see how it's looking perfect. Now the next thing we're going to do is to create, we're going to change the material of this to also be white. we select this, and we also select all this so that we can change the material. Then we can call them, create a new material. Always remember to create a new material before changing. Rename. Let's call it white extrusion. White extrusion, and we make sure we give it white. All right. Okay. Good. Perfect. Now you see how it's looking. It's looking very, very nice. Now this wall that is inside here, we also need to make sure this wall is white. We click on tab and click to select it. Now we need to make sure this wall is a white wall. We click on this, we change this, and we already created a white wall, so we just need to search for it. White, WHITE, white wall. Enter. Okay, now you can see the white wall. You click on this. Okay, okay. Now automatically it has changed to white wall. You can also do the same thing. Let's say you want this one also to be white. So this is the floor. So you just need to select both of them. You click on edit type, you duplicate, and you change it to the same white material. You create a new material, you rename it, you call it white column, white column head. Let's just call it that. You click on this, you change the material, the color to white. Okay. Now you can see how good it's looking. Perfect. Now the next thing we're going to be doing is our extrusion, our concrete fascia. We also need to make sure our concrete fascia is white. Now we won't go through the process of creating a new material. We can just use this extrusion. Since I want both of them to be the same material, we copy this material from here, then we paste it in this place. So we paste the material here, and we also do the same thing here. We also paste the material here. We also do the same thing here and at the back here. So we paste the material here. Perfect. Now that's all for that. See how quick that was. That was really, really fast. So this is how you can copy and paste materials wherever you want if you are sure that those materials are going to be the same thing. So it works very quick. It works very quickly. So next what we're going to do is this our window hoods. We need to give a different material for the window hoods, which I have selected all of them. We come under the edit material category. We click on this to create a new material. We right click to rename the material. Let's say window hood. Enter. Okay, they say that's already been in use, so we just need to search for it. Window hood. Perfect. Now let's change the color. Let's make it a little bit grayish. Okay. Click on good. Alright. Now this is perfect. Now this is nice. This is good. Now this you can use a different material for this. Let's make this the same window hood. Okay, perfect. Now you can see how this is looking. This is looking amazing. Okay, now the next thing we're going to change is this. You know, I told you guys that we are going to come back to this. So we're going to make this a white material. Let's make this a white material. Let's copy this material from here. This white extrusion, Ctrl C. Okay, then we paste it in this place. We paste it on this material. And we paste it here. Perfect. Now this what is it called? Ridge cap. The ridge cap. We also need to give the ridge cap a separate material as well. Okay, we had already given the ridge cap a separate material. Ridge cap. Okay, this is perfect. So that is all for applying materials on your project in Revit. So you can see how nice everything is looking. So it's looking very nice. This is amazing. So the next thing we're going to be doing is to create the site around this, because this project is not yet complete without a site plan. So the next thing we're going to be doing is to create a site plan for it. Now I'm going to be using a 30 by 40 meter site to work on this, and I'm going to come to the natural ground level. Let me hide all this, right click, hide in view by category, and I'm going to be using detail line to draw out the the site's boundaries. Let's just, for example, we're going to align this to this point. Let's make this 30 meters, enter, and we're going to make this, let's align it here, 40 meters. Okay, now this is good. So next we're going to do is to check accurate setbacks. We need to make sure the setbacks are sufficient. In whatever country you are in, you need to know the setback for the country you are in, so that you make sure you abide by those rules. So we're going to be using, let's say 3.5 for this. Okay, let's say 4.5 here. Okay, all right, then whatever we have in front, 30 meters, that's okay. So we delete all these dimensions, delete them. Okay, so this is the site, and this is how this is where we're going to be planning our site around. So the first thing we're going to do is to put it on a base first. So I'm going to click on floor. We're going to look for the floors we have. Let's say we're going to use what floor will I use now? Let's use this floor. I'll draw the square. Okay, all right, on the natural ground level. So once you come to your 3D, this is what you see. This is looking nice. It's looking nice. Now we're going to have some green areas on this site. We're going to have some green areas, and probably we're also going to create like a small gatehouse around the corner. Yes, for the project. So I'm going to have a gatehouse around the corner for the project. So let's start by creating the gatehouse first. So this is the fence. We're going to put a small wall around this to mark the fence. Okay, now let's make sure this is not passing through the boundary. So we're going to align this properly. Let's make sure it is not passing through the boundary. Okay, so we click on our align to align this properly. All right, so this is good. Now the gatehouse is going to be lapping with the fence. So we're going to take some offsets. Let's say we're going to be taking 4725 by 4725 here. So we're going to be having something like this. Okay, so we're going to be having something like this. So this is where the gatehouse is going to be. This is where the gatehouse is going to be. Okay, so okay, I think we should make the gatehouse on the other side of the building. Let's just make it at this point. Let's make the gatehouse at this point. Okay. Yes. So let's make the gatehouse here. Draw our wall. Okay. Let's make the gatehouse this way. Then the next thing we're going to do is we have our gates. We have a few parking spaces at this point. Sorry. Detail line. Sorry. Detail line. Okay. So we're going to have like a 1.5 meter green area here. Okay, then we're going to be having parking spaces 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, then we're also going to be having another 1.5 meter green area at this side. Okay, then we're going to be having the length of the parking space, that's 5 meters. Perfect. So this is what we are going to have. Alright, so we need to draw our green area. So we need to click on the floor. We come under here, we see this green area, we click on this, we do one, so we pick points. Okay, we pick this point, we pick this point, we pick this point, so that we'll have something like this. And we draw this one here. So we can also still edit it. So we're just, this one we are just doing now is just like a rough sketch. Then once we are done and we see how it's looking, then we can make few adjustments where need be. Okay, so let's do this. We pick this point, this point, this point, this point, here, 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 here. Okay, here, 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 here. Alright. Also pick this and this. So let's see how this is going to look like. Let's see how this is going to look like. We have this, we have this, we have this. We trim all the spaces we want to trim. We trim this one. We trim this one. Okay, I think that's all for the green area. Okay, see, we have one error here. We do this. Okay, and that is it. Now you can see it's inside, the green area is inside the other floor. So we just need to click on the green area. 150 will offset it above the other floor 150. So this is what we have. Okay. This is looking okay, but that's not all. We still need to really work on this. So the next we're going to do, we're going to plan on having like a pool around this corner. So we're going to create the space for the pool here around this corner. The pool is going to start from the back around here, align it to this, and let's say the pool is going to be 6 meters by, let's extend this here by 12. Okay, or let's say 12 is fine. Let's say 12. Should I do, yeah, 12? Let's say 12 by 12. So this is the space for the pool. So let's delete all these lines. We don't need them right for now. Don't need them for now. Okay, we'll hold Control click to delete. Alright, so we don't need those lines. Then this is the space we've created for our pool. Let's change this to shaded view so we can be seeing what we are doing and appreciate it more. Okay, so this is where we created for our pool. So the next thing we're going to do is to have a floor on top of the pool. Now we can call this, let's use this, do this like this. Then we take we click it again, offset of 300. Then we do the second one. Okay, and we make sure this is above let's say 175. Okay, now this is not going to be a green area, this is going to be pool tile. Okay, or let's use okay, let's just create a different material for this. Edit, create new material, rename it, let's say pool boundary, enter. And let's use this color for it. Let's make it lighter. Okay. All right. So this is it. Now we can come to 3D. Now we can see this, but you can see that the green area is also inside it. So we also need to edit that. Make this green area move backwards a little bit. Here, and also here. Good. Now you can see there's also another problem. This floor that we have here. Let's delete this line. This floor that we have here, you can see is also inside the area allocated for the pool, which is not supposed to be. So we need to cut it out. Okay, so that place is open. That place is open now for whatever the pool that we want to create there. So the place is open. So that's nice. And the next thing we're going to do is to give the pool some surrounding. The pool surrounding is to create the pool surrounding. So let's say we take an offset of 5,000 here. Okay. Now let's say an offset of 1,000 this way, or 1,000 or 1,500. Let's say 1,500 this way, and we take an offset of 3,000. Sorry, this way. Okay. Now we can trim this very well. Okay. So we can trim this. Click on this. You can have this like this, and you can also have this way. Then we can delete this one. Okay. Alright. So this is what we have. Then also to remember, this is also supposed to go. You need to trim it again to make sure we don't have that interlock interfering with our space. Okay, so once we are done, we trim this, we also trim this, we also trim this. Alright, so once we come to the 3D view, now we can see how that space looks. It's open now. Okay, and we have, see, now the green area is already inside here. So we need to trim out that green area as well. Delete this. Alright, then the floor also, delete this. Alright, perfect. Now, so this is what we have. Now, the next thing we're going to do is to create the pool floor. Now we click on the floor, the surrounding floor. Now we click on the floor, you can see pool floor tiles 2. Let's use that. So click on this, sorry. Okay, click on this, click on this. Alright. We also break it around here. Okay, so we trim them. I'll click on good. Now this is the pool floor tile, the surrounding for the pool. Then we need to create the pool itself. Now you know the pool is going to be dug below the ground level, so we need some walls. You need to create wall here, and here. Okay, now these walls we need, let's just extend them a little bit like this. Okay, so then we trim this to this, we align this to this, we align this to this, and we also align this to this. Now we just place our cursor on this wall, we hit the tab button, it highlights all of them, we click to select all of them at once. Then you can see the base constraint is the natural ground level. You top constraint DPC level. So we want the top constraint to be the natural ground level, and the base constraint should be minus, let's say -1, 2. It's not going to be that deep because it's a family pool. We don't want anybody drowning inside. So we click on the 3D view to see what we have created. Now you can see that's the wall below. Now you see. So the next thing we're going to do is to create our pool floor. Yeah, is to create our pool floor. So for us to create our pool floor, all we need to do, let me use extrusion for that. So we're going to come under here, click on model in place, casework, okay, extrusion, we pick a plane, then we pick this plane, okay, then we can draw the extrusion however we want. So we can say this is the 1 2, the depth of the pool. So we want from here, we want the shallow parts to be 900 and the deepest parts to be 1 2. So we're supposed to have it slant this way, but we're going to have like a level ground for the shallow part of around, let's say 4 5, okay, and also level ground for the deep side of, let's say 4 5 as well, 4 5 0 0, okay. Then it's going to slant this way. Okay, so we're going to offset 150 and without copy. We're going to offset 150 this way, also offset 150 this way without copy. Then with copy this time, we offset backwards, offset this, offset this, offset this, and offset this. Then we can select this, break it right here, trim this way, trim this way, trim this way. Alright, then okay, we can do this like this. We trim this way, sorry, then we can delete these ones. Once you click on good, now you can see what we have drawn, the extrusion we created. Now we can extend this, come to the top view. We can extend this to this point and also extend this to this point. Alright, now we need to create the material for this. Now we click on create new material. We right click to rename, let's say pool floor, FLOOR, okay, pool floor, and we want it to be light blue, kind of. Alright, sorry, good. Alright, this is how we want it to be. And we also want the walls as well, because the wall is going to be finished with pool tile. So pool wall, good. So this is how it's going to look like. Alright, okay. So but we want this wall and this floor, they should have the same material. So we can edit this, can copy this pool floor here, then we can go paste it on this pool wall under this edit, sorry, cancel, Ctrl A to select all and Ctrl V to paste. Okay. Okay, now that's that for the pool. We have successfully created our pool. Now you can see how the pool looks. It's looking nice. It's looking very, very nice. Alright, now the next thing we're going to do is to create our gatehouse, is to design the gatehouse. Now for us to design the gatehouse, we'll come under this natural ground level. Let's raise this wall up, Let's raise the, sorry, we're going to be raising just these three. Let's raise them up to the roof level. Then this one, we're going to break this one here. Okay, raise this also up to the roof level, while this also, this remains a dwarf wall. This will remain a dwarf wall. We'll click on this CS, and we'll also make sure this other part as well remains a dwarf wall. So we click on this, we extend it to this point as well. Good. Now we're going to have our gates around this place, this point here. So let's see what we are doing, if it is making sense. All right. Okay. On second thought, let's not make the wall, the gatehouse, lap with the wall. Let's make the gatehouse separate from the wall. So I'm going to have an offset of 1.5. Let's say 1.5 this way, and also we want the same 1.5 this way as well. All right. So we have our dwarf wall going all the way around. So we trim both of them. We split this. We want to create that access for the gates. Yes. Alright. So we need to edit this. Make sure it starts from here. We click on this. Do this, this, and this. So you can trim this, and make sure everything laps perfectly. Alright. So now the next thing we're going to do is to allocate the spaces inside. So we have this, we click on CS to create similar, or let's use offset. We're going to offset 1725 for the toilet. I'm going to offset 1725 for the toilet, and this remaining space here is 2775. Let's make it 3 meters. Okay, let's make it 3 meters. Delete. Alright, now the toilets, the length of the toilet is going to be, let's say, 2625. Alright, that is like this. Then we are going to have our wardrobe around this area. So that is all. Then we also need CS. We also need something here. I think we need the entrance to the house. We need the entrance this way. Okay. Alright, we need the entrance to the gatehouse this way. So this is how the gatehouse is going to be. You can click on this window right here, CS, to create similar. You can place one right here, place another one right here. Then you can use this one, CS, to create similar, place another one here. Then the toilet window, CS, to create similar, and place one right here. Alright. Then you can also place one long window at this corner as well. Yes, you can place this here. So you can use this portion for the wardrobe. Alright, so this is good. What is the dimension of this? This is 1.9. Let's make this 2.1. Okay. Then we can delete this. So this is 2.1. Okay. So this is looking nice. The next thing we need to do is to give our concrete fascia. We need to create our concrete fascia. Okay, we need to create a beam here first. Okay, we need to create a beam at this point, which is going to start from the ceiling level and stop on the roof level. Okay, we'll come to the 3D. We can now trim this to this. Alright. Okay, this is looking okay. This is looking nice. This is looking nice. Okay, now the next thing we're going to do is to create our concrete fascia. So we're going to do this, and we're going to use sweep. We're going to sketch parts. We're going to sketch parts. We're sketching this, this, and this. Okay, Then we'll come to the 3D, pick this plane that is showing this thing very well. Then we can draw our concrete fascia. Now we have 600 this way, we have 100 here, we have 100 here, we have 100 here as well, we have 100 here, we have 100 here, then the final one 400. Okay, good, good. All right, good. Now this is it. So we can also copy this material here, Ctrl C to copy, then paste it here, Ctrl V to paste. All right, now this is that for the concrete fascia. Then the next thing we need to do is our roof. So we're going to be placing the roof on the roof level. Yes, we use this square rectangle tool to draw the roof. I will click on good. Once you click on this point, we'll align the roof to this floor. Okay, now the next thing we are going to be doing, okay, you see this wall that is coming out of this floor right here. We are going to edit this to make sure it doesn't happen. Okay, so we align to this wall and also align this to this. Okay, then we'll also do this way. Let's extend this, let's edit this wall to take the shape of this pool. Alright, so that it fits in seamlessly. Delete this wall. Okay, alright, then this extrusion, what we're going to do is to bring this way and also bring this way. Okay, alright, click on good, and we also see our wall here. We need to make sure we attach this wall to this point. Okay, now you see it's fitting very well. We need to just do also the same thing for this point right here. Align this wall to this. Alright, now this is it, perfectly fit. Okay, see, now we need to also work on this other edge. Okay, so we'll align this wall to this place. Okay, then we'll also do the same thing on this wall here. We edit it and we make sure it takes the shape of the pool. We trim and we also trim this. Alright, so that's it. Now you can see it has taken the shape of the pool. Alright, so that's that for the pool. Now the next thing we're going to be doing is we're going to give, because you see how sharp and straight these are green areas are, that's not how they are meant to be in actual sense. So we're going to make sure they take the actual shape. So we're going to come to our top view. We'll double click to edit. We're going to be using this fillet arc. You click on this point, and give it a little curve. Let's say this is 600. Okay, we do the same thing here. Okay, so that's all for this point. Now we should check the distance. Let's come to our natural ground level. Let's see the distance between this and this. Okay, 5. Let's make it 4, 5. Alright, so 4, 5 is okay. to delete this dimension. Then we make sure the wall comes to that point, and also this wall comes to this point. So this is where the gate is going to be. We'll also use the fillet arc to fillet this one as well. Alright, click on our grid. So this is nice. So we'll come back to our 3D view. I will see that okay, everything is fitting in well. Now we also need to create our ridge cap for this gatehouse. Now all we need to do is to copy this roof on top this one as usual. Change this to ridge cap. Come to the top view. We come under architecture. Click on vertical. Click on this. Use this pick line tool to pick this point. Then we offset 75 mm. Then we trim. Okay, so once we are done trimming, we delete the ones in the center. So we select this, we hold Control to select this, select this, select this, select this, and we delete them. Then we can also trim these ones as well. Trim this, trim this, trim this, trim this, and this. We are done. Click on our good. And we can see the ridge cap for the gatehouse. You can see how it's looking nice. So the next we are going to do is to create a floor slab for this gatehouse. So we're going to click on this floor, come to our natural ground level CS, and we're going to create another floor for this gatehouse. We trim this to this, and we'll make sure it is on the DPC level. So this was this, you check this dimension. This is 775. Okay, so you click on good. Alright, then you also create another floor CS. You use the rectangle tool this time to draw this. The thread should be 300. We're going to be using floor to do it this time around. So click on good, and we copy it to this point as well. So this is going to be having an offset of 150 mm, and this is going to be having an offset above the ground of 300 mm. So once you come to the 3D, this is how you see it. So we're going to take this inside a little bit to this point. Alright, perfect. Now this is good. Then we join both of them. Alright, so this is looking okay. This is looking nice. This is okay. So now the next thing to do is to furnish this gatehouse. We'll click on this door, CS. We'll place our door here because we need a big security door in front. Then click on our toilet door, CS. We place a toilet door here as well, which is okay. Then we'll click on this bed. We'll copy this bed and we'll place it right here. We rotate, drag this icon to this edge here, then we rotate it this way. Sorry. We click on the bed. We rotate this way, 90 degrees, 90. Okay. Then we just extend it to the top. We drag, move it to the top. Okay. So this is the bed. Then we can probably have a wardrobe around this corner. Can probably have a wardrobe around this corner. Alright, so this is it. Then furnish the toilet and bathroom as well. So you click on this, click on CS, and you place this here. You click on the wash hand basin, the sink. You click on CS, and you place this here. You make sure it's aligned to the wall. Let's bring this a little bit closer here. Alright, then we'll click on this shower, CS. We'll also align the shower. Sorry, I've pressed something else. Ctrl Z. Oh, okay. I have mistakenly changed the color of my Revit, but that's easy to fix. You can just click on this. I don't know what shortcuts I pressed on my keyboard that did this, but we can change this here under options. You can see colors. You can change it back to lights. Okay. Alright. I think it's D I pressed or something, or B or B. Okay, it's not working. Alright, let's just leave it as that. So we click on this CS, and we click this here. We also click on this, and we copy this to this point. Alright, so we rotate it this way. Okay. Okay, so this is it, and you bring this forward. Alright, so this is it. I successfully furnished the gatehouse, and if we come to our 3D view, we can see how this is looking. It's looking very okay. It's looking nice. So we can also, let's extend this green area. Let's extend this green area to this point. Sorry. Offset, let's say 1 meter this way, or let's align it to this wall. Okay, then we can have this, and we can trim this and also trim this. Alright, so this is okay. This is okay. This is okay. Now the next thing we're going to do is to apply hedge, our curbs to this green area. So apply curbs to the green area. Now for us to apply curbs to the green area, we're going to use floor. Under this drop down here, you click on this, you see slab edge, you click on slab edge, and you place one right here. Now you can see how it is. You can see the slab edge is a little higher, so we need to edit it. How we need to edit this slab edge? You click on edit type, you see the name under profile, curb 45 DEG splayed UK. So you come under families here, you click on families, you click on profiles, you see curb 45 DEG, you right click and you edit it. Now so you see the curb. All we need to do, since we already know the height of our floor, our green area is 150, so we need to make sure the height is also 150 here. Let's delete this first of all. Then we can do the width, let's say 75 mm. Alright, then we can click on create line and use this fillet arc to select this place. Okay, so we can load it into the project, override the existing version, and there you go. This is how it looks. So you click on this, you add and remove segments to also do this. Okay, you just keep placing them. Place this one here, place this one here as well, place this one, place this one, place this one. You also place this here, place this here, place this, okay, you place this, and you also do this. Alright, so this is how you can create your slab edge. Okay, then the next thing we're going to do is what we need to have some walkway along this green area. We need to have some walkway along this green area. We need to have some walkway. Good. So you need to edit this green area, and you need to give it some walkway. Let's say 1.5. Okay, by let's say 600. Alright, okay, so click on this and we click on this and we move it to this front right here. Okay, so you can split this, do it, then you can do this as well. Alright, so we can also do the same thing here. Since we need 600, we can make this one, let's say 700, so that we can complete the line. Okay, then you can keep copying them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, then we can also do the same thing here. Delete this, split that, and make this way. Alright, then you can delete this. So you see, this is how it is going to be. This is how the green area is going to be there. We can now draw our stamped concrete on top of that place. So we can draw our stamped concrete here. So have this, have this, have this, have this, have this, okay, have this, have this, and we have this. So now edit the size of the stamped concrete. Let's make this 175, slightly above the green area. Okay, click on good. Alright, then our heights, we make the heights 175. Okay, so this is nice. So when we see this, you can see how this is looking. Now you can click on this again, add a remove segment, add this. You can also click on this CS to also add one here. Now you see it's not lapping the way we want it to do, so we need to edit this stamped concrete and make sure this is perfectly aligned here. Good. Then we can do the same thing again, add one here. Perfect. So the same thing goes for the back. We can click on this CS, click on this, add segment, add this, add this. Alright, so this is okay. This is what we need. We can go to the back. Then the next thing we're going to be doing is to place our gates and our parking spaces. Let's cancel this first of all. Do you want to save curve? No, don't save it. Okay, but if you want to save it, you can as well save it if you want, but I'm not saving it in this case. So the next thing we're going to be doing is to place our parking spaces and our gate. So I'm going to be loading in the components. Okay, now this is a gate. So all we need to do is to place this gate, click on this gate CS, and we place it perfectly around this corner. We place it perfectly around this corner. Alright, so we move it upwards a little bit and move it inside here. Okay, alright, so this is good. Now we need 2 big columns, so click on drop down architectural column. We're just going to be using the basic columns this time around, just basic square columns and rectangle columns, sorry. Okay, so this is it. So click on these 2 columns. Let's make the height, stop offsets, let's make it to 1 from the natural ground level. So once we come to the 3D view, so this is what we are seeing here. Then the fence, we're going to make all the fences, let's say dwarf fence. Let's make them unconnected to, let's say 1 2, and let's make the ones at the sides, let's make them 2 4. Okay, so this is how it is going to look. So we're going to have, okay, let's also make this one in front a little bit higher as well. Or first of all, we're going to split it. Okay, so let's split this, make this 2 4. Okay, and this 1 7 1 2. Okay, so this is how it's going to be. So once it comes to 3D, this is what you'll be seeing. Alright. Now that's all for the gate. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is to import our parking spaces in this project. Now for us to import our parking spaces, I'm going to be importing it now, sorry. Okay, so I'm going to be pasting this parking space here. Okay, alright, so rotate this way, we click on move to move it to the edge, and I think we should mirror it this way without copy. Okay, let's mirror this way without copy. Alright, so this is our parking space, and this is a 2 5, let's make it 2 5 by 5 meters. Okay, I didn't see that much difference, but let's, okay, this is also still 2 4, so I think it should be the next one, 5 meters by 2 5. Okay, I think it's this, yes, this is this one. Okay, so we're going to move this 100 mm this way. Alright, so this is good. Then we'll also copy, we'll copy this parking space, we'll copy it here, we'll copy it here, we'll copy it here as well. Alright, so we have 1 2 3 4 4. Okay, so we have 4 parking spaces. Now you can see that we have some left off green area, so we are going to edit this and we adjust this to this point. Okay, we click on good. This is nice. Alright, so once we come to our 3D view, we can see how it is looking. You can see how nice this is. Alright, so once we are about rendering, then in the rendering software you can now design, add the type of car you want. You can look for nice cars to download and you can use them for your render. Okay, so that's all for that. I think This is okay. Okay, now the next thing we're going to do is we can't leave this space like this, so we're going to have like a small we're going to create a small railing. We're going to use casework for that. Okay, and we're going to be using sweep. So we pick parts, sorry, not pick parts, I don't like using pick parts. We sketch parts. We sketch parts, we sketch these parts. Okay, we sketch this part. I'll click on good. Now we come to the 3D view and we see it like this. Then we edit parts and we can see the center line. Then we use our circle to draw this. We can draw this. We delete this one first of all. Okay. Alright, now let's copy one. Let's say 300 mm spacing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I doubt if it reached this level, so let's delete this too. Okay, so we click on good and we see what we have created. Alright, so we see that we need to delete one more. Let's delete this one. Okay, good. Alright, perfect. Okay, then we can also copy this. We can copy this to this point. We can copy this to this point as well. Okay, so when we edit this, we can now stop this at this point. Alright, we click on good. Come to our 3D view and we see what we have created. So we can give this, let's reduce this a little bit. I don't like the way it is reaching this point. Let's make this stop somewhere here. Alright, okay, perfect. Can click on good. Then this dwarf wall CS would continue, or we have to increase. Let's split this wall here. We have this come up to 2.4. Okay, then we stop it at this point. Then this makes it here. Alright, so that's all. Then you can see what we have created. You can see how it's looking. So you need to give this a material. We click on this, we give it a material. We say steel railing. We click on this, we click on this, we create a new material. We'll rename it steel rail. Alright, enter. Okay, so this is it for the material. Now you can see how this is looking. This is looking nice. This is looking okay. You understand? It's looking, at least it has that privacy, security and all, so it's not too exposed to the outside. So this is okay. This is okay. So the next thing we're going to be doing, I believe, is nothing. I think we're finally done with this project. We have concluded this whole project. So there's nothing else to be done. Hopefully, let's just go through it one more time. Let's see if there is anything we are missing. If there's anything we are missing, which I doubt we are. I doubt we are missing anything. Okay, we need to create ceiling for the gatehouse. So let's just quickly create that. That's very easy to do. Click on ceiling, we click on sketch ceiling. And now we use this square tool to just do this, and we are done. We click on the ceiling, we make sure it is on the ceiling level, and that's it. So we are done with the ceiling. So I think that will be all for this tutorial. If this video was in any way helpful to you, kindly give me a subscribe. Please and please subscribe to my channel, because it encourages me to keep doing what I do. And share this to your friends who you think this will also be helpful to them. like this video, comment on this video, and don't forget to turn on the notification button so that you don't miss out when I post interesting videos like this. The link to this project file is going to be in the link in under the description below. It's going to be in the description. So if you need this project file, you can click on the link in the description below and it will direct you to where you can get it. Alright, see you guys in our next video.